Choosing to auction off cards versus a buy it now. How bad could that be? Well, let's get into it. Welcome back in, ERB Sports fans, to another video. In this video, we have the results, the long-awaited results of the 5-day auction of this lovely Shohei Ohtani Team of the Future PSA 10 that I sent in to grade in the mid-time of summer. It came back, got a 10. Shohei Ohtani got hurt before the card came back. The card market sort of crashed yet again. I'm going to make another video on that. It's really interesting to see how this is playing out in real time. Both good and bad. But when I look at this card and I had a buy it now on it, I think I had it down to, maybe like $27 at one point. And I thought, I'm almost going to like break even on this card. So I felt like I probably didn't have too much downside from the auction. I ran the auction 5 days, had it ending at 9:30 yesterday. It had a ton of views. I will say one thing. If you want views on your page in general, run auctions, at least on a couple cards, because it will bring a lot of traffic to your site. That's one lesson learned. Always, always, always run at least one auction a week so that cards are on auction all the time, because it will drive a lot of interest in your page, even if you're taking a loss. Because at the same time this card was up for auction, I managed to sell a couple other things on Buy It Nows finally that were sitting there for quite a while, and listed a bunch of football product. Football's pretty hot right now. Figured I'd go ahead and move off of those products and try to restock the bank account and see where we're at getting into Christmas time. But how did this auction really turn out? Well, the metrics of this auction were kind of weird because it had a lot of bids on it. I think I ended up with 14 total bids on the card. I had at least 98 views on the auction versus when I had this card listed as Buy It Now for about a month, I only had 7 views, which means nothing, right? When I look at the value that the card brought in, it actually was not terrible, but really not that great. All told, by the time the auction closed, it sold for $21.50 and with $5 shipping. After eBay fees, I'm probably not getting my $19 grading fee back, but I'm pretty close to breaking even, all things considered. And I got a fun video out of it for you guys to kind of contemplate on and comment on, and that's always good. But lesson learned on my part, don't send cards like this in to grade in the future. And many of you would probably say, at least the more experienced folks on my channel, at least viewers would say, why did you send the card in to begin with? You should have never graded this card. Well, when Shohei Ohtani was the hottest thing going in the middle part of summer, I thought anything Shohei is a good Shohei. Kind of like the old adage of any trout's good trout, right? Well, I'm not sure anymore. You cannot grade cards like this and automatically, even with a 10, profit from them. In fact, you're probably going to take a loss. Lesson learned on my part, at least where the market is right now, do not send cards like this in the future unless you're going to get it back right away and sell it as quick as you possibly can. Looking at the card and just kind of looking how the light refracts off it, I love the way this card looks. It is a cool card. Whomever bid and won the card, it'll be shipped out to you tomorrow. Thanks for the purchase. I hope you enjoy the card. I will move on with the $20 I got back. After everything was all said and done, I'll move on and take the $20 and try and deploy it somewhere a little bit smarter. But that is a lesson learned on my part. So what's the moral of this story? If you auction cards off, I'm probably overstating the obvious, you're going to probably lose money versus a Buy It Now. You're probably going to lose at least 20 to 30% of your card value. So if you have a card like this and you want to get, let's say, a Buy It Now to wait for the right buyer at $25, you're risking probably $3 to $5 if you auction it off. And if that's okay for you, hey, more power to you. Do it. I will probably do more of that. I won't be as greedy. I don't want to say greedy because I try to offer fair prices on my cards anyway. But I would say I'm not going to be as patient with a card like this. I'm just going to move off of it. And maybe the person who bought the card has aspirations of selling it when the MVP is officially announced and there'll be sort of a dead cat bounce on Ohtani. Or maybe when he signs with a new team, there'll be a little bit of hype. Maybe he'll re-sign with Angels, which I doubt. You never know where he's going. I don't know what the rumors are lately. But by and large, lesson learned on my part about grading the card like this. I won't do it in the future, at least not for now. And when I think about where grading prices should head in the future, if they're going to stay at $19, cards like this will never get sent into PSA. For all the people that have been sending cards in of, base cards of rookies, I mean, I am sure I have a stack of rookies, I think, here. These rookies here. These aren't the greatest rookies, but there's probably rookies from these holidays. Somebody will send in the base card and try and, grade it for $19 and try and flip that card for $30. And they might be successful at it, but I'm just not going to take that risk anymore. And I wouldn't advise that anybody else take that risk either. I feel like that's a losing proposition 99% of the time. Lesson learned on my part, I'm just not going to do it anymore. So what I would like to see is a correction in the amount of cards that do go to PSA, so the turn times tend to increase a little bit. It seems like we've got a little bit of ebb and flow. The turn times during COVID were ridiculously slow. People got the cards back, the market crashed, or corrected, more people would say. I think it crashed. By and large, they probably lost a lot of money. When they built the bank account, they said, you know what, grading cards is a great idea. Or maybe you were sitting on the sidelines during COVID and you said, hey, if I get a chance to send grading cards to grade, I'm going to do that. And so you did it. And now you're sending in too much. You're relearning those lessons over again. And ERB Sports is no different. I learned that lesson over again. Shame on me. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So shame on me if I keep doing this over and over again. I learned a hard lesson this time on a couple of the cards I graded. I tried to get to 25 cards and I sent in at least 10 cards I probably should not have sent in. And this next order that I have coming back, which is in grading right now, I only sent 6 cards in, and I absolutely sent in 6 cards that I think are worth grading. So go back and check that video out if you haven't already. With that being said, I hope you enjoy the results of this. Let me know what you guys think. Did I make the right decision by selling this card? Did I make the right decision by auctioning the card? What would you guys do in the future? Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Like, subscribe, share, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.